Okay, think I'm live. Finally, think. Hello. All right. Cool. Uh, I'm gonna just give it a second. I'm getting a little hot. I'm gonna drink a tiny bit of wine. But yeah, let me pull some stuff up real quick, and then I'm gonna get started. Uh-huh. Okay, so welcome. This is Speaking Sylvester. I know I've only got one viewer on here so far, but stick with me. I'll be fine. Either way, I'm going to publish it. It's going to be great. So this is Speaking Sylvester. This is my bathtub live stream. You can find me on Instagram at speaking_Sylvester. I'm very close to launching my website, which will have all the connections you need to reach me, including publishing my talk show podcast, which I'm very excited to share. Interviewing some incredible people, a part of the LGBTQIA plus community. They're being vulnerable. They're sharing their perspectives. They're sharing their experiences. My team and I have been working very hard on it, and I'm very excited to share it with you guys. So, my one and only, let's begin. So these questions today, I've got three questions. So, do you tell your clients that you're trans? Number two, do you get nervous in certain straight environments? And number three is about top surgery. And I'm going to kind of go through like the top three most common top surgeries. Hold, please. All right. So, do you tell your clients that you're trans? So some of you people know, some of you don't know, with my passionate career of being a hairdresser that I've been doing for almost 10 years. At AYE Sylvester is my hair Instagram. If you want to check out my work, you can. But I come in contact with a lot of different types of people on like a daily basis. For example, I work on the west side of the city, which from observation, I feel like a typical demographic on the west side of cities can be a little bit of a potential to be conservative. And like, even though I've been really, really lucky with, and I don't know, I've been really grateful and lucky with my clients. I love everyone that I see and that I have the opportunity to serve their hair and get to know. Um, Fuck, my bath is hot. Yikes! I also got some new soap. Yay! It's some sort of I don't know. It's got salt in there or something. So here we go. So even though I do love my clients, I still have times that I get a little nervous about kind of outing myself with that because not all of them know that I'm trans. A lot of them kind of have assumed that I'm just not just a gay guy, but a gay male, I guess. I don't know. Who knows? So some of them, maybe, whatever. But if it comes up, keep in mind this is during a service. So I've got either color on their hair, I've got bleach on their hair, I'm cutting their hair, which has its pros and cons as far as timing. Because if they're not supportive, we've got to sit with each other or like awkwardly change the subject for an hour or so, which I'm decently okay with. I'm good with improv and reading the room with them, which is like helpful and skills that I've kind of just developed over the years. The pros. The pros would be that we would connect further. We'd be on more of a personal level, exchange perspectives, which can be really beautiful and can also kind of be an educational opportunity and an opportunity to be vulnerable on both ends because, like, I don't know what they know, they don't know what I know. Let's share. I could be the first trans guy that they've ever met and the only trans guy that they'll ever meet. Who knows? So I've been honestly, thankfully, appropriately asked questions, which I'm more than happy to answer, which has felt really good, honestly. I've even had someone cry and I thought I was offending them. So I was like, oh, whoa. And I kind of take a step back and I offered them like a tissue, but in actuality, they were just overwhelmed with feeling this connection with me. I think of just me being vulnerable and which felt like really rewarding in a sense. And I felt a huge level of acceptance and shared empathy between us. We kind of went off. I don't know. We went a little bit deeper into my personal story with that too, which was pretty cool. But yeah, usually when I do bring it up, it opens conversation up completely. And sometimes they will bring up someone that they know who's trans or someone in the community or a friend who has a child going through discovering themselves or discovering their gender as well, and typically ask me certain advice, which I'm also more than happy to give. So the cons with this would be, so this is my livelihood, right? I do hair. This is my business. I pay my bills this that way, and I've worked really hard to get to where I am now. I've almost been doing it for 2 years or 10 years now. I could potentially lose a client, and I could also just have like a really awkward time, and I don't really want to do that. And their hair is going to turn out great regardless, because I honestly I safely put all of myself into kind of everything I do. But there's a chance that they wouldn't come back to me because of me being trans. So either out of fear, out of the unknown, or just straight up being uncomfortable, both are valid. I'm not trying to lose clients that way. But basically, but also sometimes when you're uncomfortable, it means that you're growing. Like, let's be real. So to answer you this, do I tell all my clients that I'm trans? To be honest, I've told way more of my cisgendered women clients than my cisgendered men. And it's kind of interesting. I took like a minute to think about that. And I'm like, why is that? I think it's because of being assigned female at birth. There was like this comfort level of like, hey, I've been there. Like, even though you're an adult woman, I've never been like an adult woman, but like I've been there before. And mm, this is so cheap, and I like it. But with my male clients, this is kind of weird to say, but I feel like it's nice to finally fit in with my gender, I guess, and like how I've felt my whole life. Also, 3 viewers, I'm loving this because I moved from Twitch to YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. Last one, that's fine, whatever. Um, Whoever's here, I'm happy for it, and still going on YouTube. This is my first time going live on YouTube as opposed to Twitch, so we'll see how it goes as far as viewers go. I'm not worried about it. I'm still here to do what I do. So either way, it's coming. It's happening. I could be here all by myself, and it's still gonna happen. I don't care. So, but I'm thankful. Well, it's not. Okay. So basically, with most of my men clients, most of the ones that I have told are gay men, which is pretty semi-obvious comfort level there. But even with like cisgendered straight men clientele, I've had like the select few that I have told, I've had nothing but positive feedback, to be honest, which that was really cool. And there is one specific guy, one of my guy clients, I will never tell that I'm trans because he's misogynistic. He like screamed the word like retarded out in the middle of the salon, and we're all like, oh my God. And he's a little bit of a wild card, obviously. And he kind of scares me, straight up. Kind of scares me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I get his hair done, in and out. Goodbye. You were not great, but great. And every time that I would try and converse, I don't know. It's just not a great conversation. But yeah, I do have one woman client that I have lost, and I know it's not because of the service, because the service is like really easy. Um, but even though we've got along, like we had good conversation, we got along. I think she's just more comfortable with a straight cisgender woman, and there's a girl, a close friend of mine that works next to me, which so now she goes to her, which is totally okay. Everyone has the freedom to do as they wish. She wasn't rude about it. She didn't say anything, but me and my coworker were like, I think I know what's happening here. Because she's also made some comments about like some racy things and like some other things. I don't know. It's been interesting. But yeah, it's just apparent that we just have different values, and she all of a sudden was going to my friend instead. So to answer the question again, do I tell all my clients that I'm trans? No, not all of them. I feel it out. I try and use my intuition as much as possible, and feel boundaries and try not to create like uncomfortable space for myself and for them. I'm doing their hair, so it's not about my gender. It's not about their gender. But I don't know. It is a huge part of my life, and I do feel like timing is important for that. And I never hide it. I'm not shy about it. I'm honestly it's just protecting myself at that point, and I feel like choosing timing and making sure that I'm comfortable with the situation first should be the priority, and I encourage that for people coming out with clients or coworkers, however, or wherever they work or however. But yeah, so it's been interesting. Oh, do you ever? Oh, hey, hello, hello. So let's see. Do you ever have to say to a client to go away because they start to be disrespectful to you? Thank you, Maria. I appreciate you reaching out and thanks for being here. I have not, surprisingly. No one's been like straight. I feel like if I told that guy, the guy I was talking about, who's kind of a misogynistic asshole, but I don't want to say that. I did though. It's okay. But I feel like if I told him, then maybe, yeah, maybe that would be a thing. Um, yeah, yeah, it's he probably, but I've been lucky, I've honestly been lucky to not have to deal with that, and I know I work for amazing people that I know would have my back regardless, which is beautiful. I think that's really cool. Um, to be working for people that would support me and have my back if something did go down like that. Because not all work environments are like that. And I don't work in corporate. So I know corporate kind of treats people a little bit different, it seems. And which not all corporate, but you know what I mean. And but no, I've honestly I've been lucky. But if it did happen, I would approach it in the most respectful way that I knew how. It would be killing with kindness kind of thing. I feel like that's kind of more my style. I don't really, I'm not going to yell at a client or anything, or fight them in the parking lot or whatever. But so I'm going to move on to my second question. If you have any more questions, please type it out. Let me know. So number two, do I get uncomfortable in straight environments? I don't really know exactly what a straight environment, like specifically that they're asking about, but I think from my past, even going into like the men's bathroom, aside from like how disgusting it is, I talk about this all the time. I miss the girls' bathroom so much, y'all. Like, and I don't say the word y'all, but I just did. Like that was prime, pristine couches. I don't know, but also some girls' bathrooms are disgusting as well. But most of them, I mean, I was in this one guy's bathroom one time, and I kid you not, there was like literal shit on the wall written in an X, and I was like, that literally means that somebody had like either their finger up their ass, not their mouth, up their ass, or just like was playing in it. I don't know what it was high enough to where it's like, oh, that wasn't from a child unless they were held up or something. I don't know. Anyways, I do get a little bit scared in the men's bathroom sometimes and avoid eye contact and feel just kind of like a little bit out of place, which is valid. And whether I'm male presenting or not, it's still just that's a hard thing to kind of wrap my brain around sometimes. Because back like pre-transition, before we were as openly progressive as we are today, and I was identifying as a lesbian because that's kind of how I felt I had to, and it never resonated with me. It didn't feel great. But going into the women's bathroom as a masculine woman at the time was the worst. It sucked, honestly. I'll never forget the time that I went into the mall women's bathroom. It was like outside of like J.C. Penney or something, one of like the whatever. And after cutting my hair short, this is the first time going into like a women's bathroom after cutting my hair short. And I definitely looked more masculine. And an older woman walked in, and the look on her face, oh, I just burned into my brain. Like the fear, the shock, the uncomfortable, genuine, just like confusion. Like it was like she walked into a haunted house. And I'm like just washing my hands and I'm like, oh God, here we go. And I thought I got away with being in there, which shouldn't even ever be a feeling of like, oh, I'm getting away with this. Like I'm not getting away with anything. I'm just trying to pee and get out. Like we got to do what you got to do. But I'm washing my hands. She walks out of the bathroom. I watched her like double check the sign because she wasn't completely out, but like she walked out, looked at the sign, to make sure that she was in the right bathroom. And then she came in just like so awkwardly, like face down and like glanced up at me for a second. And I just like I like smiled and waved. I didn't know what else to do. I'm not gonna be like, what bitch? Like it's like not my style to be like, I was just like, hi, like I don't know what we're doing here. But yeah, it was I didn't know what else to do. Honestly, that sucked and it made me never want to pee again and or in public at least, and I didn't feel like I looked masculine enough to pass and go comfortably into like the men's bathroom either. So and then I felt like a piece of shit for if I used like the handicap one by chance that the one time I use it there's going to be someone handicapped that needed it, and so genuinely it just sucked and made me feel like shit all the time, especially when I go downtown Nashville on Broadway, which isn't often because it can be terrible in a black hole, to be honest. But even like one of my best friends who I'll go out with knows when I'm FaceTiming her and I'm like, what do I wear when we're planning when we're planning our outfits before going out, as one does. I've specifically asked one like a few times, like which outfit makes me look more straight. And that's where, like, when I got this question, I was like, okay, I know what's resonating with me. I'm not sure exactly what straight environment that they're asking about, but to me, like, this hit home for me. I mean, I'm bisexual, which is kind of irrelevant, but I can dress a little more on the flamboyant side sometimes. Like, I like wearing like tight women's t-shirts sometimes with like looser high-waisted pants or maybe like a cropped shirt or something. And to be honest, I've never worn that downtown Nashville before because I'm kind of scared of getting my ass kicked, especially in the men's room where guys are like just drunk and like, look at this. Like I just don't want to deal with that. But I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, that's not fair to myself, even though like I'm comfortable and I do wear masculine, like I wear like guys shirts and like black jeans or whatever. But you know what? I think I'm gonna try it. I think I'm gonna do it next time I go out. I think I'm gonna try wearing what I want to wear to Broadway and see how it plays out. I do forget, however, that I am more male presenting now, but when I was in Portland, of all places, on a date with this guy, for like one of the first times of dating a guy as being a trans guy, I heard this group of like big guys saying like calling us faggots, and I think that I was wearing a crop. I remember I was wearing a cropped long sleeve shirt. It's very cute. I still have it. But they were talking shit about us. And first off, I didn't realize they were talking about us because I wasn't used to being more male presenting and on a date with a guy being trans and male presenting and being viewed as like a gay male. But to be honest, that was the very first time that I was scared of being like beat up for my sexuality. While being a lesbian, I didn't get that because I mean, I got weird looks from people sometimes when judged by women in the bathroom. And sometimes their kids would be like, Mom, why is there a boy in here? And their mom's like, oh, it's not a boy, honey. Like, just trying to, like, poor mom. I don't know. Poor me, really. I mean, like, whatever. But, like, even like, it doesn't matter. But, like, it was just different. And I have a lot of empathy and understanding, I feel like, um for even for all sexualities and all genders and everyone who goes through anything that is negative. um but I just feel like normalizing people just being people should be like where we're at. It doesn't like my gender shouldn't matter to you, your gender shouldn't matter to me, no one's gender should matter. Like it doesn't matter. Like tell me one reason, comment right now and tell me a reason why it matters. I hate being in the men's bathroom so much. I always feel an edge in there. Yes, Jules 430. That's accurate. I mean, it can be a bitch. And like let's talk about like um STPs for example. I don't know if you know, Jules, if you I don't know if you know about it's like standing, I think it's standing to pee or stand to pee or something, where it's like kind of like a dick looking device that you wear and you pee out of. It's very it can be really interesting. I've used one before, like a couple of times, I think like at early transitional stages. especially when I was living in North Carolina for like a year and a half, and that was like the beginning of my transition. And going to like there was like two bars at the place that I lived at, and like so it was like it, it was small. It was a small town, and I was scared. Genuinely, I'm pretty sure everyone in the town knew about me, whether I wanted them to or not, because I was a little. I guess they could tell. Yeah, and so I've used one of those, and that's like scary because I'm like I could be a little bit of a germaphobe when it comes to that, and so like after I use it, I'm like, well, what do I do with it now? I can't. It's like has like pee in it. I can't just like put it back in my pants. Anyways, okay, so gender shouldn't matter and doesn't matter. It matters to the fact of like our trans ancestors have fought for our gender and for like to be able to be called he or to be able to be called a woman and that it counts there. Like I'm not gonna lie, it definitely counts there. And I'm not gonna get into certain things that that topic could bring up right now because I feel a little bit out of line with that. But anyways, so it's do I get nervous in like straight environments? I think just naturally, yes. um mm, uh yeah, yes and no. I don't know, but I'm gonna go move on to my third topic. We're just kind of flying through here, but I'm really trying to keep this at 30 minutes so people can just have a good night and whatever. So top surgery. Okay, I found this one definition of top surgery. Where did it go? Hold on. That I really, really liked. And I was like, damn, okay. An overview definition of top surgery. Um, la la la. Top surgery for transgender men or non binary. Wait, hold on. What does it say? Hold on. Wait. I don't. Wait, yeah, that is it. Okay. Top surgery for transgender men and non binary people is a procedure to remove breast or chest tissue, subcutaneous mastectomy. It's also called masculizing the chest surgery or masculizing chest surgery. If your chest size is small, you might be able to have a surgery that spares your skin, nipples, and areolas. I just like the fact that it's very technical. It's very medical. It's very how they say that it's masculizing your chest. It's not like, oh, chopping your tits off. Like, do you know how many times I've heard people refer to like top surgery as like something like that? And it just seems like so weird. I don't know. I don't like that. But so what is female to male top surgery referred to as? There's a few different terminologies: chest reduction surgery, breast reduction surgery. I don't think that's an accurate term for that, to be honest, in my opinion. Subcutaneous mastectomy, transmasculine top surgery, male chest reconstruction, or male chest contouring, which I think that's a cool way to say it. Cosmetic mastectomy, eh, cosmetic, I don't know. I just have a lot of opinions. But masculizing chest surgery, transgender mastectomy. I'm just gonna touch base on like there's like three most popular ones that I know of. If I'm wrong, please call me out. I don't mind. Put in the comments after this is posted, whatever. I'm gonna touch base on the three most popular or most common. I won't say like they're the best. I don't really know. If someone has one of these and someone has the other one, and like that doesn't like there's no elite one. Like there's what works best for you and your body, and I think that that is what is like you're supposed to get is whatever is safest and works the best for you. So for me, this is what I've got the oh shit. Oh. I've got the double incision with free nipple grafts. This is where, as you can see, cuts and like scarring around my nipples, which I don't really give a fuck. With double incision top surgery, horizontal incisions are made along the top and bottom of the chest muscle and breast tissue, as well as the nipple and areolas or nipples. I don't know why there's one. Nipples and areolas are removed. Woo! And the top and bottom incisions are brought together in structure or suture, sorry, with a resulting scar line running under the pectoral muscles following the natural contour. Smaller areolas and nipples created from a native areola tissue are grafted on. So they took these bad boys off. I never really understood. Somebody asked me recently, they're like, if they cut under here, why they have to take those off? And I didn't know how to answer that. I still don't really know how to answer that. Because I'm like, but for me, I had a third nipple down here. So I had a feeling this is the kind of surgery I would have to get because they'd have to take that bad boy off. And I wanted to take it home. So I brought a jar with alcohol for them to let me take it home. And sad story, they did not let me take it home. I don't know what they did with it. They shipped it off for like cancer searching or something. But I'm like, you got all that? You need that too? Like that could have been a beautiful piece with my oddities on my shelf. And then whatever. And I miss it. It was my little third nipple. It was great. Um, anyways, pros and cons. Double incision top surgery procedures. Excellent male contour with areolas and nipples appropriately sized and positioned. However, patients should not expect sensation to return to the areola or nipples because the nerves are cut out with the original areola and nipples when they were removed. I all of a sudden have like slight sensitivity. I never really had like a lot of sensitivity. I wasn't one of those people that's like, oh yeah, like when I don't know. But I was kind of like, okay, but like don't touch my third one. That's weird. But no, I can feel things, but it's not like stimulating in like a hot way or whatever. So who's a good match for this is where trans men are with medium to large chests, low skin elasticity, and without concern for nipple sensitivity. I had like a B cup, I think, but I had the third. I think it was the third one that made them like, okay, well, we gotta just get in there and do all this shit, like just to get rid of it. And so, okay, so next, inverted T top surgery, aka T contour, or sorry, T anchor, to read better. With inverted T top surgery, sounds like a car. Horizontal incisions are made along the top and bottom of the chest muscles with double incisions. Breast tissue is removed, but the areola and nipple are not removed. Instead, an additional vertical incision is made on each side. Like I think they cut like down here and like over here. Is made on each side from the areola down to the incision below the chest muscle. This is an extra incision that allows the areola and nipple to be reduced and repositioned appropriately without severing nerves, therefore largely preserving sensation. Largely. So both of these surgeries take about 1 to 3 hours. But the pros and cons of this one: inverted T-top surgery procedures are excellent male contour with areolas and nipples appropriately sized, positioned to have sensation. However, patients need to be comfortable with having the 2 extra vertical incisions. I didn't get this, but those are like cuts here, but the nipples stay. So it's like, I don't know, this is where it's like whatever's best for you. Like just be like, if somebody got on to me and were like, well, you had the scars here, mine, they just took nipples off. I'm like, okay, I had a third nipple, yeah, like step off. So third one, I think there's actually 4 here. Third one is periareolar top surgery. Okay. This one, with periareolar top surgery, 2 circular incisions are made around the areolas. Breast tissue and the donut ring of tissue between the 2 incisions is removed. The areolas and the nipples may be resized. Next, the chest skin. This gets me. I read this earlier and I was like, whoa. The chest skin is pulled towards the areolas, sutured around the edges, similar to a drawstring purse, is what's in parentheses. They just like I don't understand it completely. I would love to YouTube this and watch it myself. But like an inverted T surgery, the areola and the nipples are not removed, but resized and repositioned, resulting in largely retained sensation. Good for you. Periareolar top surgery produces excellent male contouring. They they size the nipples and areolas appropriately, positions, and having sensation. Additionally, scarring is minimal as the incisions follow the natural outline. Like literally all, like you don't have any scarring under here or anything. They literally just cut around your nipples, do what they got to do, like zip tie the bitch, and then like I shouldn't be using that phrasing. I honestly I'm respectful of all surgeries, whatever you want to get, whatever is necessary for you and the safest for you. This is a good match for trans men who, with medium to small chests and good skin elasticity. I'm bringing you here because my back hurts. There we go. Oh yeah, now we're hanging. Okay, so onto the next keyhole surgery, keyhole top surgery. Okay, with keyhole top surgery, a semicircular incisions are made at the base of the areolas. Breast tissues are removed. Tissue is removed, and the nipples may be resized because the areolas and the nipples are not removed. Sensation is largely retained. So these people, whoever gets that kind of surgery, can still feel it in their nipples afterwards. So the keyhole one takes 1 to 3 hours as well. The pros and cons of this one are you get good male contour, you get nipple sensation. However, revisions are often required, such as additional liposuction and areola and nipple reduction. So that's a little, you get a little bit of pro and a little bit of cons there. It makes sense. What's a good match for this would be trans men with small chests, good skin elasticity, and who would like to retain areola and nipple sensation. Now, I remember my consultation. First off, it wasn't great. I wasn't in the best mindset because like this was like the beginning of my transition, and I got to a point where I wanted to take a knife to my own chest. I'm not even kidding. Like I started a GoFundMe. I've never been the type of person to start a GoFundMe, or not like that's a type of person, but for me personally, it took a lot for me to like publicly ask for help and like publicly ask for money. But there's no shame in that. Like people, it was crazy. Like the amount of people that came through, I earned like a few grand that way, and like strangers I didn't even know like donated money for it. And it was really shocking and also really, really cool. But at the same time, it breaks your pride a little bit because of I don't know, because of asking for help for that. First off, you just came out as trans, and second, now you're asking for help. Like it's a lot. It's a lot, especially coming out as like on social media. So I'm going to address the comments real quick. Sammy, sorry, my hands are wet, so I'm trying to scroll and my computer's being out. Imagine that I'm in the bathtub. Sammy, hey bro, happy to be here. Hey, good to see you. I don't want to see you. I'm good to see you through here. This is great. I'm really happy you're here. Jules, did you have any difficulty adjusting after top surgery? If so, what was it like? Great question. Honestly, I think the most, and actually, next live stream, I'm going to talk a little bit about this as well. The most issues I had were my posture. Like I realized, which like I'm looking at my posture now, and I'm like, damn. My my posture. I realized that I was so subconsciously slow, like slouched over because being ashamed of having boobs, really. And it was honestly like afterwards, I almost felt like I was like, wait, now I can like confidently be like have good posture and I don't have to be ashamed of anything. And that was like really real for me. And I even bought one of those posture things that like goes around, not for this specifically. Honestly, me and my ex, we were very bored during quarantine, and I bought a lot of shit off of Wish. That was one of them. They actually worked. I still have it. I should have put it on. But it was yeah, that was a hard one. And like I was asked recently for advice on how to be a little bit more male presenting, like while walking. And I'm actually going to address that and give an example next time. I might get my naked ass out of the tub and like show what that looks like. But and not naked. I mean, I'll wear a towel or whatever, but I'll figure it out. Anything to not get me kicked off of here. But no, it was, it took a lot. I was scared of healing slouched over to where like once I did get good posture going, that it would stretch and hurt. So I really tried to practice uh like this all the time, even while healing, like and like rubbing like lotion on my scars or whatever, and trying to just like like loosen it up and really feel good. I mean, I still like it's hard to see right now because I'm in the bathtub and I have sexy candlelight. I'm just kidding. No, but I do have like, oh, you can see that one. That one specifically is like pretty damn large, but I do have scarring. Like I still do. And like my bat, when I got tattooed over my scar, that hurt like a bitch. But it was like finding my posture. But after that, I think one of my favorite colored t-shirts to wear is white. And I've always like, it was such a dream for me to be able to wear a white t-shirt and not see a sports bra through it or not see a binder through it. And like this is just for me. There's nothing wrong with like being there and seeing that. And I you can barely see my scars. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. It's only been since 2020, since June of 2020. So I mean I had like some dope ass I had some really good scar cream that I bought at the beginning that costs like enough. And so I'm happy that it worked. But sorry, my hair is driving me crazy. I'm growing it out and I don't know what I'm doing. But anyways, I yeah, it was, I don't know, it was the posture thing that really got to me. And just the fact, like, I think at first it freaked me out that I do have scarring around my nipples. Like, I'm sure, like, that is very obvious. If you tell me you can't see that, you're lying to me. But like, I do have that. It's very much of an outline. And I've had somebody tell me at one point, like, hey, I don't want to be rude or anything, but there's like tattooing you could get that would fix that for you. And I'm like, I've never complained about that to you, so that is rude. I'm sorry, but, like, that's not a cute suggestion for me, like, I don't appreciate that. But, I mean, I knew they weren't trying to, like, be a dick or anything, but I was like, "Damn, okay, like, heard. Don't send me a link, I'm not interested." But yeah, it's scars are weird. Scars are weird. Like scars have so much to them, really. I'm hitting 40 minutes, which I was really aiming for 30, but I'm good on this. I'm good. We're hanging. But scars, to not to be cheesy, but scars like do have like meaning and purpose to them. I feel like, yeah, it can go deep, figuratively and literally, but like it could, I really feel like it's kind of, um, I don't know, it's part of your collective, really. Like I have scars from self-harming from when I was like 16, and those aren't ever going to go away. And I have tattooed over them, which hurt and felt crazy, but it was like a little traumatic, but at the same time, it was kind of my way of like owning what I went through and making it into something beautiful that I can look at and not be triggered every time and look at and see like I don't do that anymore. You know what I mean? It was turned into something beautiful and positive. It is sometimes like if somebody like touches my arm right there, I do sometimes remember and get a little bit of like a flashback, but it's just to be honest, but like it's yeah, I'm not one of those people, which there's nothing wrong with anybody being hi Nicole, how are you? You did not miss it, but I am going to post this. You missed a lot of the content. Now we're at the Q&A, but please stick here with me. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm talking about scarring and my top surgery I just got done. Talking about all the or like the main types of top surgery and everything. So, anyways, long story short is that I really feel like accepting ourselves like as a whole, as an entirety, because that's your life, that's your timeline, that's your like this is our life like as a human being in this body. And I'm in school for my master's for metaphysics, and that has a lot to do with energy and just life in general, and how we treat ourselves and how we treat other people and what that looks like. And it's taught me so much. And I got my bachelor's in that degree back when I was, I think it was my, throughout my first 2 second year of transitioning. And it was honestly really, it was so helpful. It really, because I was also excommunicated from the Mormon church when I got married, and I'm not married anymore. We're divorced and we're like great friends. It was a mutual thing, but like it was like when I got married, that was like when like the final paperwork had to go through or whatever, because it was a same sex marriage. And so my whole upbringing and everything was like ripped out from under me. So finding some sort of spirituality that I connected with was so helpful, and it also taught me how to treat myself and how to treat other people and how to look at your life as a whole, and how to look at it in a way that you accept all of yourself. Like we all make mistakes and we all fuck up, but we all like, and we all have things that we probably want to change about ourselves, but it's that's you. Like that's you. You got to like love yourself. Like I don't know. I'm not going to make this into a whole like love yourself speech, but like it's beautiful when you can. It really is. And when you can love yourself, like all that does is positive for everybody around you too. Obviously, I think we all know that. And the whole thing about like you can't love someone else until you love yourself. Like that is the most accurate shit. I don't like I'm speaking purely from experience, not like, well, I've heard it's a thing. Like it's seriously like from experience, I could not love anyone until probably very recently, which is, I mean, I could love my family. That's different. That's blood. But like, and I'm very, very lucky and fortunate that my family has been accepting and loving and supports me. And I owe them, I owe them love back, you know? And but yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Like does anyone else have any questions? Any other questions? Because I think I'm going to cap it off here, and I will sign back on next week. Same time, same place. This is my first time, like I said, live on YouTube, and I like it. I was going live on Twitch and then posting on YouTube because I didn't know I could go live on YouTube right away. I read something that you had to have 1,000 subscribers or some bullshit like that, but that's not true. On a MacBook, on your phone, it is true. But it's yeah. If anyone has any more questions, I'm opening up the floor while I drink this wine, and then I'm gonna sign off of here. But I really appreciate the people that have stuck on here. There's been people in and out, which is great too. I mean, they clicked my link and whatever. But no, if like I said, my Instagram. If you don't have me on Instagram, it's at speaking_Sylvester. You're welcome to DM me. You're fine. You don't worry about being late. I'm gonna post this so you can watch it anyways, and you can come back next week at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. I have that so scripted, it's dumb. But yeah, if you Nicole, if you have any questions, please reach out. If anybody has any questions, I'm such an open book. Like I don't like I don't even have covers. Like I don't know. It's yeah, you could ask me the most offensive question, and I swear I'm not going to be mean to you. It's just like, oh, okay, well, that was rude. But I'm not, just not me. So, yeah, thank you guys. I love all of you for hanging with me and doing this with me. It really, uh, what family members were most supportive of me? Okay, that's a great question. So, I have a mother and a father who are both still living. I have a older brother who's cisgendered male. I have a younger brother who is 18. I'm 31, and he is trans as well, from female to male. And he is a beautiful human. My older brother, like honestly, I can't think of like one that's been like specifically higher supportive than the other. My older brother has never not been supportive. He's even though he's like cisgendered male, you would like I don't know out of assumption some people have experience where that's not the case. Um, He's amazing. He's incredible. I don't give him enough credit, honestly. I'm happy you asked this because I got to text him and tell him that I just love him and I think he's great. But he's such an ally. He brings up things all the time to people around him. When people are in the community or in the LGBTQIA plus community, he will talk about me in like in the best ways and ways that I can't even ask for. And my younger brother obviously is so supportive as well, because he can relate. And my parents, my mom, like when I started my transition, this was after coming out as a lesbian at the time, like previously, and they had a hard time with that at first, but it was kind of like I was very tomboy growing up. So my mom was kind of like, well, I mean, it makes sense. And my dad was like, oh, it's a phase. And then he was like, well, okay, I get it. And then when I started my transition, they're like, okay, like what do we need to expect? They knew I struggled with a bad addiction for almost 2 years right before I started my transition. And that was, I think, no, I don't think, but I know that's why I struggled with that. It was because I couldn't live here as female presenting anymore. I just couldn't do it. And I couldn't be here. I couldn't be present. I couldn't be in my body. I didn't know how to do it. It was very difficult. I almost overdosed. I almost died. I almost like it was a lot of crazy shit. Now I'm just opening up right now, but it's okay. But it was hard. Huge takeaway. Think about asking my kids, what should I expect? Yeah, honestly, it's so do you have a kid who is thinking or discovering their gender or um in that process or questioning themselves or anything of that nature? Because I would love to help. One of three. Okay. Nicole, do you have me on Instagram? Because you're more than welcome to reach out to me and I'll answer any questions that you want. Okay, biologically female. I can relate. If you don't have me on Instagram, I'm just gonna write it here. I think you do. I'm wondering how you found me, and that's probably why. So that's basically tagging my own. That's tagging my own YouTube page, but you get it. Whatever. Okay. Oh wait. Do I know you? Know you? Hold on, Nicole. Do I know you? Do we know each other? Hold on. Give me a sec. Um, let's see. Oh, it's you. Oh. Got it. You're a new one. Yeah, you're in Portland. Okay. I wasn't following you. I am now. I apologize for that. I thought I was. Okay, wow, sick. Sick. No, that's amazing. I would love to literally reach out to me about questions. I'm probably gonna get off here any minute now, but you're seriously welcome to reach out to me. Um, okay, Jules. I grew up around a lots of sorry, I can't read. Lots of gross guys in school, but I've acted somewhat feminine since last year in my sophomore year. I still like girls, but not sure if I like guys. Jules, are you? I know you're on Instagram. I recognize your username. Hold on, Jules. Where are you? I know you've messaged me before, right? Is that true? Yes. Okay. Oh, right. Wait, you're in high school? Wait, fuck, you're in high school. Holy shit. Yes, you. Okay. Wow, fuck. All right, it's cool. Okay, are you trans? You don't have to come out on here. We can talk on there. That's like a whole thing. But no, like that's damn. Okay. Wow. Social media is a beautiful thing. I'm not crying. I'm literally sweating into my eyes. But no, that's really cool. Um, you still like girls, but not sure if you like guys. Honestly, sexuality is fluid, my friend. Like so when I was in high school, I was more feminine than not at the time because I remember freshman year. So I was very, very tomboy growing up. Oh, okay, you're 37. I know you. I knew Nicole. I knew you weren't in high school. Um, No offense. I mean, you have 3 kids. I assume that, yeah, I hope you're not in high school. But okay, you're 37. Very cool. I'm 31. Nice to meet you officially over live. No, but and this is great, by the way. I love this. So in high school, I was very more female presenting. I don't know if you've seen my reel of that teenage dirtbag one that had like all my high school pictures. That was a very small fragment of me looks wise. When I was growing up, very tomboy, and then when I went to high school, this guy called me a dyke, and I didn't know how to handle it. I wasn't even like aware of sexuality yet. I was very behind on that. I think because of being trans and not understanding my own body. And like my parents had a baby right when I was going through puberty, so that was like a very hard time for me. But when I was in high school, I dated guys as a like female presenting girl, and honestly, I cheated on like 3 or 4 of them because I didn't care. I didn't know how to care because I just couldn't care because I wasn't there. Like I wasn't like I didn't have sex with any of them. I didn't have sex until I was a trans guy, which was like 28. Like I didn't like by choice, I did not fully mutually have sex until well, that's not true. I had sex when I was like 17, but that's one time and then that was it. I never did again and I never did previously. But yeah, I was dating guys as a girl, and I then came out and started dating women, and now I date men and women as a trans guy. I feel a lot more comfortable dating guys as me now as a male than I did as a female. It never felt right, and like I am sexual with male partners. Not it sounds like I'm just fucking everybody. I literally the few male partners I have had, I've had sex with, and it's fine, and I feel good about that, and I feel fine about that. Other than the fear of being pregnant, which is accurate and valid, and Roe v. Wade, the whole we're not even gonna get into that, but yeah, it's this allow yourself to explore, like allow yourself to feel it out. Like this is your life, you have full freedom. When I realized, and I forget all the time, I think we all kind of have these moments, but when I realized that I can do whatever I want here, I can do anything. You can do anything. We can do anything. Anyone can do anything they want. Nobody can tell us that we can't do something. And that's a beautiful thing. And it's so easily forgotten. Every single day, I think I have to try and remind myself that because we just get so stuck and we just feel like stuck and like we can't go anywhere and can't do things that, like, here's the thing. I also like I said, I'm in my for my bachelor's for metaphysics. I'm very much into energy and I'm very much into magic per se, and like how words can be looked at as spells on somebody, and they can like break those spells if you want us to call them that, and like everyone has their own terminology, and like when people say like you can't do that, like that's straight up putting like a spell on you. It's fucked up. I read the Four Agreements, I think is what really changed my mind about all that. But yeah, that's like it's a thing. But don't, yeah, seriously, don't forget that you can literally do anything that you want. Energy manifestation, mwah, amazing. That's what I'm talking about. That's full on. That's it. Like you can literally own anything, have anything, live any sort of life. But the universe is gonna help you if like they're gonna help you direct. Like it's gonna help you direct where you want to go. And if something's bad for you, like somebody said something is that like rejection is protection from the universe. I can't remember who told me that, but I was like, holy shit, that's amazing. I love that. I'm like, somebody reject me, so I feel protected. I was like, I was like, holy shit. So it's like, say you're going after this job and you get rejected. The universe was protecting you from something, or whatever you believe in, like your God or your whatever was protecting you from something. But I could talk about this shit all damn day. But I'm reaching literally almost an hour, and I told my manager I would hit it at half an hour, and here I am gonna get in trouble. But I can do whatever I want. Everyone can do whatever they want. No, I'll edit and whatever. We'll figure it out. But thank you guys so much for being here. I will be here next Monday, same time, same place. I'm gonna do it on YouTube again because I really liked this platform. It's great because then it just goes straight onto my page and it's beautiful and it's awesome and I love it. I'm going to sign off. If you guys have questions, please reach out to me on Instagram. Even if you have questions that you want me to answer on the next stream or future streams, I'm more than happy to do that. This is the kind of shit I live for. You know, like I love doing hair. I'm very passionate about doing hair. That's my career. That's how I make my money. That's how I pay my bills, blah, blah, blah. But this is why I'm here. I love being an open book and a resource or whatever you guys want me to be. That's not true. Whatever I want to be for you and whatever you need, I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to be here. I think I'm actually going to go over facial grooming sometime soon because I am a barber and hairdresser or cosmetologist. So like for trans guys, I forget that trans guys are just like guys that grow up and they just don't know what the fuck they're doing. Anyways, but we'll talk about that later. I'm also going to talk about voice training and posture slash walking kind of a thing if you're wanting that to be more of a male presenting thing next week. So stick with me. Love you guys. You guys have a good night. Have a good week. It's Monday. I forgot. This is making Mondays cool. You know, Mondays suck usually. Like, I'm off on Sundays and Mondays, so this is fine for me. But anyways, thank you guys so much. I'll see you next week. And I pressed the wrong button. I'm still here. You're still here. We're here. Hold on 1 second. Should I just freeze and act like I'm not here? No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to stop. All right. And stop. It stopped, right? It didn't stop. Fuck. What is happening? End stream. End.